Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Four Harms. My name is Captain Richie and we're here once again on the VintageCraft server. Hope everyone's doing all good today. So last time we worked on this super smelter, the grill as I called it, and that seems to be going along quite nicely. I'm holding off for the moment with filling it up. I've turned the coal shot off just because I want more coal in there first. I've added this button which adds a line of redstone to the piston that holds the drop-off, the line in there. Actually, it's probably better if I show you. So the button top of the crafting table there will activate this line of redstone here, which will turn that piston off, and then release it to go along its merry way. So it's all I can think of at the moment for making sure that there's nothing left in that cart. Unsmelted, essentially. I'll probably revisit this at some point and tidy it up, but for the moment, that'll do us just fine. So the border has expanded, that's right. So the border line was here originally, just at the edge there, but it's been expanded to 3,000 all directions, so an extra 500 blocks, and as a result, we've got some neighbours. So who's up there? I think that's Explorer D up that way, and over that side we've got Extreme Dummy, and we've also got a few others on the other side of this mountain here. So, one thing I wanted to work on today was some food, because I'm fed up of having to cook up loads of bread and potatoes and all that sort of stuff, and I want to get some meat in me. So I was going to do a automatic chicken cooker just sort of thing here. So leave me a second to work this out. I think I've got all the resources I need here, but let me just double check and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I think I've got everything that I need, so let's see if I can remember how to make it. If not, I'll be looking at the video that Azumavoid has done, so another one from Azumavoid, and again, I'll put that in the description, in the description box down below. So that's the collection point for all that. The next stage, I think it's a half slab. Do we have a half slab? We do. Do we want to use it, though? So fire spread on the server is off, as far as I'm aware. But there is a chance that one day it won't be. So let's take the precautions now, which means, do half slabs catch on fire? I think they do. And I've just forgotten the one important thing we need for this, and it is a dispenser. Have I got a dispenser? I'm not too sure if I do. And if I don't, why not? How do we make one? Let's use one of these spare bows that we got from a skeleton or whatever it was. Do we need iron? I think we need iron, and I think we need redstone. I think we need normal cobble. Do we? See if I can remember how to make a dispenser. I want to say that's in there, and it's like that. No, 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 like that. No. Okay, I need to check that back, but I'm pretty sure I had it correct the first time round. But it needs to be a bow that is not broken whatsoever. Yeah, it's got to have full durability, so we can't just pick up ones that things drop and use them, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but there we go. So we've got what we need. Let's go back upstairs. So yeah, it's a fairly simple build. Azumavoid is, I think he created it. Again, I'm going to give him the credit because, again, it's the video that I'm watching. So I think this is how we do things. So that goes there facing towards us. Is that working? Is that right? And I've just realised that I haven't got enough space, so I have to start this again. Okay, so I think I'm all ready to build this. Maybe I shouldn't have decided to do this at night, but there we go. So I'm going to attach it in here, within the confines of the grill, just for space reasons. There's no genuine reason. This is just how I wanted to build it. So dispenser there, and I think we put a half slab in front of it. I'm going to use stone for the time being, just because fire spread is off on the server, but I don't feel like taking that chance. Just in case they decide to turn it back off again, but you never know. Right, I think this is how we do things. There's a repeater there, and a repeater there. there is a comparator off the back of this dispenser, and there is redstone around the edge. I think that is literally all we need to do. So if anything gets dropped in here, it gets fired out. Easy. So the comparator measures if there's something in the dispenser, sends a signal, and just fires it off like so. I had a feeling we need to put that in subtract mode, but I don't think we need to, because everything's going in here. Let's just try that again with subtract mode, just make sure. I don't think it makes a difference, if I'm honest. Who knows? I mean, it's a simple case of toggling it, if not, so that's not a problem. So what we're going to have is some glass at the front here, just in front of... do we need it in front? Yeah, we'll have it in front of both blocks. That block there and that block there. We're going to surround this in stone, which it'd probably look better that not stone, because everything else is stone around the edge of it, but I can decide on that nearer the time. And lava there. So what will happen is when a chicken lays an egg, it's going to come down through... Oh, we shouldn't have done that actually, because I need to put hoppers there. It's going to come down into the dispenser. As soon as the dispenser realises there's an egg in there, it's going to fire it into this half slab, this half slab here, and then a little baby chicken will pop in that gap there between the half slab and the lava, and when it grows up, it will burn, and everything will fall into the chest below it. I say everything, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the cooked chicken, because it dies via fire. But yeah, give me another minute to check this is all correct, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so what I've done is I swapped out the stone for nether brick, and swapped out the glass for glass panes. Hope it looks a little bit better, and a bit more within the scenes we've got here in Little Bansko. I'm hoping the glass panes don't mess up any of the cooking mechanics, but if they do, we'll just change them out. That shouldn't be a problem. So I'll finish designing that off in a minute, but it works. You just put a bit of a gap here, but if we fill that up behind, we'll just use stone for time being, just to make sure the little git doesn't get out. Hello there. So what we need is a system from upstairs, which is basically going to feed the eggs down into here. So let's get that going on. It's always bloody night time when I decide to build out here, isn't it? So we should be able to. Have we got silk touch on our shovel? Yes, this shovel's almost dead, but so we don't need that, do we? We don't need that. What we need is carpet. Carpet is what we need, which we can deal with in a bit. So, do we want it on the same height? I think we might do, just so everyone can see it from up there. How much space do we need? So we have a 3x3 around it. Hello. Who's come to say hello? 3x3 around the hopper. I think 3x3 is enough space to have plenty of chickens in there. So let's just clear this out a little bit. And we'll have to do a bit of terraforming later, just to make it look a bit nicer and that sort of thing. But all we need is, we've got loads of hoppers here, so we'll have one facing down, and if we have this as the ground area, so let's get rid of all these as well. Oh, there's stone there, how lovely. And we'll have, see, things are falling in to the hopper and it's setting off automatically, which means it's working, hooray! So what we'll do is we'll have all these hoppers around the edge facing into this middle one, like so, and then the ones in the corners facing the one to the left. Just make it a little bit easier for things to work out. Get them in the corners like that. And then, so what we will do is cover this in a in thingy. Yeah, that's right, in thingy. In carpet, and we'll put it with, we've got nether oak, just oak fence. Do we want to change out the blocks first? I think we do. What would look nice around the edge? Do you reckon do we want grass around there just to tease the chickens? You know, make them think they're organic when really it's just a battery farm. Or shall we? What we've got? Let's see what the spruce. Let's go for dark oak. Let's try the dark oak. Put that around the edge. I mean, it's the same colour as what the fences will be, so it might look a bit odd, but we'll have a look at that when it's done. And then fences around the edge. Stop the chickens jumping out. I'd say I have to do a bit of tidying up around here, making sure that things don't... I don't know if things can connect on the side, that's not a problem. There we have it. That should be our little farm. So we fill this up with chickens. Actually, I'll put down some wool, some carpets first when you get some wool. And then we can put chickens in there and see how that gets on. So let's check that out in a moment. Okay, so it's daytime again, and right, so I finished this off. I cleared out some stone on the edge just so these fence panels didn't connect. I changed my mind on that. I thought it'd look alright, but I don't like it. So to clear that out, put in a few chickens here. They've grown up and they've started laying eggs by the sounds of things from that sound of that dispenser just going just then. Managed to find a little bit of wool for some carpet, and I might. Well, what I'll probably end up doing is putting more chickens in here. I believe there is a mob cap per person, so I think it's either like 20 or 50. I need to double check that, but I've only got 4 at the moment, so that's not an issue. But yeah, just so I can get more food coming along. If we go down here, I finished off the design a little bit, so I've decided to fill it all in and make it look quite flush with the wall here, so that's quite nice. Then the last segment, I think it was the last segment of the one before, I got a small little chicken hatched. It's cooked and died, and there it is. It's our first bit of cooked chicken. So we're going to enjoy that, because I haven't actually enjoyed chicken in quite a while, actually. I don't know if you've heard, but in England we had a bit of a scenario where all of the KFCs, they decided to basically the company decided to change its delivery supplier to DHL, I think it was, and in classic DHL fashion, they failed on the first day, and many KFCs went without chicken for well over a week, I think it was. So yes, it's nice to enjoy some chicken once again. So I'll probably end up calling this something like DHL just for my own personal amusement. But that should be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll hopefully see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.